4 a.m. I'm wide awake, so let's make some chai. Looking at some Kashmiri blend. That's good. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason Preston, and today I want to talk about time. And in particular, this idea that's been kind of floating around in my head for a while, which is that your time is not valuable. It's this idea that your time is worth something. I mean, it's been around for ages, and I mean, not without reason. If you think about the kinds of work that we've done for, centuries, it makes total sense, right? How many crops could you plant in a season? How much could you till your field in a day? How many car bumpers could you attach to a car in your 8-hour shift? All of these things are types of work where, physically you're sort of limited in how much you can do if you're, I don't know how you attach a bumper to a car. Monica, do you have any idea how to attach a bumper to a car?
No clue.
Okay. Well, there's only so much of it you can do. I mean, all of these things are pretty clearly linked to how much time you spend on them. And it's like, yeah, maybe somebody could, put a few more bumpers on than somebody else. Or like a taxi driver. This is an example that Steve Jobs actually used. He was talking about the difference between an average programmer and the best programmer in the world. And he compared it to a cab driver. Right? If you think about a cab driver getting across the city of New York, the best cab driver and the worst cab driver, maybe 10 minutes difference. But the best engineer in the world and an average engineer, maybe 100-fold difference in their output. And that is why your time is not valuable anymore. We're taking a short interruption from this morning's video so that I can walk my daughter to school. So I see people stuck in the wrong mindset all the time. Like, for example, I've seen people start salary negotiations with like what I need, right? Here's what I need because I have a house, I've got, 2 kids, they have tuition, these are my needs. And it's like, okay, that's great, but it's irrelevant because the only thing that matters is whether what you do is worth more to the employer than it costs them. Okay, we're back. That was my phone. It's okay, I just got a text from my friend Jacob and all it says is, announcement! Presumably an announcement is coming. Are they pregnant? I'm gonna say, baby. So in addition to seeing people, try and do salary negotiations starting with like what they need, I also see people who are freelancers or consultants worry about how can I fit, 10 hours for this client and 20 hours for that client and, 15 hours for that client all in a week. Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. As if the client cares at all how much time they spend on the work. What matters is, did you deliver the result? And if you want to take it a little bit further, do you think your employer cares how much time you spend at your job? I mean, if you work the counter at a retail store, like, absolutely, yeah. And time is the right way to measure that and pay for that probably because, you got to be there in case I want to buy a pen or something. But if you're not working a job like that, what matters is, are you doing the things that your job requires? Not how much time you spend on it. I remember, I should look it up because a while ago there was this story of this guy who outsourced his own job. It's fantastic, and he got a promotion. But he figured out, he's like, well, the things that I'm supposed to do, according to my job description, I could have somebody in India do for, 50% of my salary. And he found someone, I think it was in India, to do the work, hired the guy, had him do the work that he was supposed to do, pocketed the 50% salary, and had a great time. I think he managed to do it for like 2 years or something before I'll look it up. I'll put the link down below in the description because I gotta go find it. I think I have it right. Boy, it's gonna be embarrassing. You know what? It's not embarrassing. I just don't include it in the video. Just as a way to show how embedded this whole concept is in our stories and everything, there is a apocryphal tale which every consultant or freelancer, I think, hears at some point in their career. And it goes like this. There is this, senior experienced consultant who has, a fancy office with like a phone, also business cards. So, by the way, who even uses this? Do you carry dead trees around? Anyways, the consultant is sitting there in her office, and in walks a client. And the client says, I have a problem. I need the approval of the general manager at ABC Co. because I have this $850,000 deal, which is just waiting on her approval. And I've got, other suppliers and their bids are going to expire if I don't get this done in a week. And the consultant thinks for a second and says, I can help you, but my fee is $100,000. The client thinks, boy, it's a stiff fee, $100,000, but I've got, it's an $850,000 project. I'll make a good amount of money, so it's okay. It's worth it because if I don't get it done, I get nothing. So the consultant says, great, we're agreed. She picks up the phone and makes one phone call, puts it down and says, all right, you have your approval. And the client says, well, hang on a minute. I know we agreed on $100,000, but all you did was just make one phone call. That doesn't really seem fair. To which the senior consultant replies, well, you're not paying me for the phone call. You're paying me for the 30 years of time I've spent building up the relationships to be able to make that phone call. Which is bogus. And it's right here in the middle of a story which is meant to teach consultants that their time is not linked to their billing. You have a justification based in time. It really has nothing to do with it. The only thing that matters is whether or not what you do is more valuable to your customer than your cost. So this sounds simple, and it is, but it's also really hard because this idea that time is money is so, it's a phrase, it's time is money. It's so ingrained in us that letting go of that, it's really, really hard to let that go. But if you can do it, it's incredibly empowering. Good luck. Cool, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like, leave a comment if you have something to say. I'd love to hear it, and I'll see you next time. Check this out. See this here? It's time itself, right?